we are talking to a country right now that is very much interested to do Bitcoin bonds. I can't disclose it, but it's likely going to happen. Fingers crossed.
Nice.
And I think that'll set the stage for more and more countries to do this.
Yeah, I think it's a bit similar to what happened, for example, with citizenship programs, golden visas, where we saw, the US doing the Trump card, the gold card,
The
and now,
gold visa.
the gold Trump card, and now every country has legitimized that process and that sort of program. So I believe definitely, once one country gets into the Bitcoin bonds, more will follow.
Yeah, but there's a little danger here because the US also has a Bitcoin bond proposal. They're called BitBonds. And I think the proposal was to raise how much again? $2 trillion or $1 trillion? But I think the Bitcoin purchase was 200 billion. And they would pay a base coupon of like 1%, but they would not have any capital gains associated with it. And there was an upside with the Bitcoin holdings too. So I think if the US does do it, it's difficult for any other country to do it because the US is still the reserve currency issuer of the world, and their debt is the best debt. So if the US does move forward with BitBonds, I don't think it'll be easy for any other country to do that, short of paying a very large coupon. But right now, there's a sweet spot. No one's done it yet. El Salvador did say they were going to do it in 2023. And if they did, they'd be up, a massive amount right now, more than maybe double or more than double. But the window of opportunity is still there to do a Bitcoin bond for a smaller country at a reasonable coupon rate.
That's a very interesting point of view. And one of the things I wanted to ask you is whether you thought that, smaller countries, energy-rich countries would lead the nation-state Bitcoin adoption, or we would see, the big geopolitical powers like the US, China, Russia, although China, it seems like they're more into gold. But I guess that kind of answers the question. I don't know if there's anything else you would like to add.
Well, the smaller countries usually are more agile, and it's easier for them to get legislation through, depending on the political structure. I think for El Salvador, it was very easy because President Bukele controls most of Congress. There are other smaller countries too, like Costa Rica, where the political system is much more, I would say, balanced. There are like 5 or 6 political parties, and they're all about the same. They all have roughly the same power. So it's difficult to get something moved ahead. But a country like Bhutan was able to move very quickly too. So it's a mixed bag, but definitely a larger country coming into Bitcoin in a big way would benefit them a lot more, right? And it would be more impactful to the world too. Like, let's say the US started BitBonds and they started buying 200 billion, and they have the Bitcoin Act, which it would buy 1 million Bitcoin. That's a massive amount of demand right there. But smaller countries are likely to move faster. But the temptation, I think, for a large country is there to print money and buy Bitcoin.